I didn't intend to make this video, but I'm going to because I want to remind myself of this later. Because I was super frustrated because I have made or attempted to make mozzarella cheese 3 times now. I don't remember. Anyway, I tried to make it the day before. I tried to make it Friday when I got milk. I like to take my older milk and then just make it into cheese, whatever I don't use up. No problem. I have made cheese for years. It's not a new thing. But every once in a while, I'll have a batch that doesn't work, and I don't know why. So I looked up, like, troubleshooting mozzarella cheese, like making it. And the problem I have isn't one that's discussed, which is I put in the citric acid and then you heat it to, it's a half a cup of water and the citric acid that you heat up to, what is it? 88 degrees or 90 degrees. So I try and do 88. So you heat it up to that, then you turn it off, and then you mix 1/4 cup of rennet, 1/4 cup of water with 1/4 of a tablet of rennet, and you dissolve it. You can use liquid rennet too. I just use the tablets. But and then you pour that in the milk and then gently stir it in. Like, don't like whip it to no end. Just gently put it in. But my milk never gets curds. Like the last batch I made never got curds. But that batch I also broke my thermometer, so I was kind of going on what it did. And I think I overcooked it. Maybe. I don't know what I did, so it didn't work. This time, I couldn't even get it to separate at all. Like, nothing. This is fresher milk, though. I think this milk was probably 4 days old. Been Friday, Saturday. So it'd been like 4 days old. Actually, probably more like 5 days. And it did the same thing. It never separated. The curds and whey never separated. And I even last time, I tried heating it again to see if maybe I just didn't get it warm enough, because sometimes if you heat it up, the curds will just go ahead and separate. Nothing. So I looked up troubleshooting. Troubleshooting was you heated the milk up too fast. Okay, that's a possibility that I did that. My stove, I have a new stove and it heats it up rather quickly. But I had turned it down to medium, so it wasn't like it was rolling, boiling or anything. And I have a different thermometer too, so I knew that it wasn't too hot. And then another thing was, well, the rennet's too old. Well, there's no expiration date on the rennet, so I wouldn't know how old it is. And the new rennet I had, the new box I had doesn't have a date or anything. I mean, the closest thing it has for a date is the recipes in the box are from 2003. And I know the rennet is actually newer than that. So it's not that old. But I was reading in the box about making mozzarella cheese. And when I first made mozzarella cheese, I bought a cheese making kit, I think it's called. And it had all the different things in it you needed to make cheese. And I used it for years. I just rebought the citric acid and the rennet. I mean, I used that recipe for years and I don't have any reason not to do it. Anyway, my point is I was reading the recipe for American mozzarella cheese. And there was one small step that I didn't do. And I've never done it. And I don't know how I missed it. I didn't think to read the directions because no one else has ever talked about this. And I believe the answer to the reason I didn't get the curds and whey is because it needs to sit for 1 to 2 hours. I was sitting it for 10 minutes and it didn't do anything. So today, I was like, didn't work again, which is really disappointing because the last time I made it last week was, I made string cheese and it was really good. My boys loved it. And so I wanted to make it again because we wanted to make stuffed crust pizza. So it didn't work. That's why I was looking at troubleshooting. Well, I'll show you now what my milk looks like. I believe it's set for over an hour, but you can see the curds and whey is separating a little bit. It's because I went through and I cut it. And I don't know if maybe this is the answer, that it just needed to sit a longer period of time. The only thing I'm going to try next time is when I make cheese is I will try making it with, I'll put the milk on low. I really have no idea. This has been an issue that I've had before multiple times, but I never knew why. So I'm hoping it is either I heated the milk up too fast or it just needs to sit longer, which it works. So now I just gotta ladle it off. It's been a while since I've actually had to do it this way. The last few times I made cheese, I actually just cooked it a little bit more and then it separated itself. So this is something I haven't had to deal with in a while. So I will go figure out how to do it. All right, so the saga continues. I'm still struggling with it a little bit. It's starting to come though. Look at that, the curds. There was my thermometer. That's what I did last time I broke it. So it said to heat it up, which I did, and then to turn it off, which I did. And now it's starting to like curdle up into cheese. So I just have to figure out how to get it and like to get it completely to do that. So I tried to use this and the holes are too big and like all of the curd was going in there. Like, okay, this is not working. So kind of hoping that now, okay, now it's starting to make cheese on the bottom where the curd is going to be thick enough that it won't run it through there. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's what I needed. Okay, so now next step, I'm going to be straining it and I'll show you that. Okay, so I poured off as much of the whey as I could, and all I have left now is a little bit of whey and the cheese. So let's try it. You can see it's one big clump there, and that's the cheese. So see if I can do this. You're supposed to just stretch it and squeeze it because the idea is to get the whey out, and it's not too hot actually, it's just fine. So try and get as much as I can of the whey out of it. And then what I usually do is once I can't squeeze it anymore, I'll microwave it or put it in some hot water to try and get the rest of it. And then I shall salt it and make cheese, string cheese. But there we go. I'm so excited. I kind of was like wanting to give up, but I think I got it this time. Look at that. There's the cheese. It's, I did it. Yay. Okay. So now I will get the bowl. All right. I'm going to microwave this for a minute and then I'll get to stretching it. Okay. So as you can see, this is, I'm not able to stretch it and do all that fun stuff with it, and it looks like I got a lot of the whey out. So now it's just a matter of getting the little bit left in there, and that's why I warm it up. This just gets the last bit out of there. So let's see. I will finish heating it up and then I'll salt it. Okay, so I'm gonna add the salt in here. So as I'm kneading it, the salt can get worked in. I've added it later and I think it just works better to do it when I'm kneading it like this. It just seems to get a better flavor. It's like really hot on my fingers. It's okay, it's cheese, look at that. One more salting. And hopefully that's all I need. I'm just so excited it worked. And And I think I solved my problem of why it didn't before. But that's the case. I'm okay with that. I'll just, next time I make it, I will definitely cook it on low instead of medium. Takes me longer, but that's fine. And then if it doesn't card up right away, let it sit. And that's not gonna hurt me either. So, all right, now let's see if I can get it. We want string cheese out of this, so see if I can do it. Last time I did it, the last time I made cheese, I did it, but I didn't actually have to heat it up because I was able to just do it in the pot as I made it. So this is a little bit different. I haven't made it this way in a while, and it likes to stick together. It comes apart though when you go to eat it. It's just weird that it sticks together. But this is what I do when because we get raw milk, and if we don't drink it up, then I make cheese, which, like, there's no losing here. That way I use up, and then you can make ricotta as well, but this time I'm actually going to take the whey and water my plants with it because it works better to do 1.5 gallons. And since I'm actually making the string cheese a little bit from my fresher milk, because I had problems making it out of my other milk, I will make it ricotta next time. So I just use ricotta as I would like a cottage cheese. So there we go. String cheese. Okay, so it worked. And I salted it twice. You saw on camera that I did it twice, but then when I had my son try it, he's like, could you add a little bit more? So I actually salted it 3 times. Last time I think I only salted it twice and it was fine, but for whatever reason this time. But he also said, since I gave it to him warm this time, that it's possible that he just preferred it colder and maybe the salt tastes more. I don't know. So I added a little bit when I went to finish rolling it to put it in the bag to put in the fridge. Since it's going to go in a pizza, I didn't split it up like string cheese. I left it in one big rope, like a string cheese rope, so we can just easily put it in the pizza crust. So I'm super excited. Finally troubleshot one of my big issues with the cheese and I didn't know why. So one of 2 things. I either cooked it up too fast, and then because I wasn't patient and waiting, I didn't know I needed to be for at least an hour, that's all I needed to do. And I'm really disappointed that I didn't read the directions earlier to see that. It's like, oops. But I've never had it take that long except the batches of cheese that didn't turn out. And I only know of one that I burnt. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm anxious to try my tricks next time. We'll see how they work. Because I'm sure I'll make cheese again on either Friday or Saturday. That's my cheese making day. So anyway, yay! Thanks for taking along in my really weird video about cheese making. So, and yes, I can't eat the cheese, but my kids can. So and I still think it's pretty cool to make cheese. I wonder if you can make goat cheese. I don't know how to make goat cheese. So if I ever learned how to make goat cheese, that would be awesome because I get goat milk. So maybe I could do that. It's an idea I didn't even think about. So anyway, thanks for taking along with me and I'll see you later. Bye.